Morning, everybody. Welcome to another Stand Together. Nice, bright, early, 8 a.m. Jump on. Say hi, say good morning. Welcome to a Stand Together. Welcome to, if you're watching the replay, give me a replay in the replay, hashtag replay below, whatever platform you're watching this on. But good morning, everybody else. Di, Peter. Who else is on? Kez, Chris, Mariana, Mia. Good morning, Mia. Jeffrey, some of you guys jumping on, right? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Jump on, say hi in the comments. Nelly and Shelly. Hey, jump on. Pina. Boris. Morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Jump on and say hi. Hey, Naomi, good to see ya. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a sunny day in Melbourne. It's great, isn't it? Sunny day in Melbourne. My children will be swimming in the pool today. They'll be swimming in the pool. You might be saying, it's a cold day when it's 23 if you're from Queensland or something. And we say, shut it. In Melbourne, it's a warm day. Good morning. Hey, Kira from Furniture Gully. The Gully. How's the Gully? Fucking Gully. Good morning, everybody. Jump on, say hi. Good morning. Hey, listen, big one today. Critical one today. And something that's come up a couple of times this week and last week with a few people, and I wanted to just speak to you about this, that I wanted to share with you today, and I really felt it was an important one. So when you start business, when you start the adventure of business, generally, you start it with a bit of naivety, which is important. I know that's how I start a lot of my ideas, and a bit of grit, and the psychology of let's give it a roll. Let's see what we can do, right? And what happens as you start to grow your business or businesses, if you're building your empire, is that sometimes you start to shift that mentality. You start to change the mentality from let's go out to win to mentality of let's go out to not lose. You start saying, let's go out to win. And then you start saying at some point, let's not lose. And our psychology starts to change around the way that we are approaching our day. And I see this happen all the time. And I see this change all the time. I was having a chat with someone the other day, and they were saying, Aaron, should I do some marketing for my business? And I said, well, yes. That's almost a silly question to me. Of course you should do some fucking marketing for your business. How are people not going to know about who you are unless you do marketing? But then she said to me, I just have to see how much it is first. I said to her, how long have you been in business for? And she said, about 10 years. And I said, well, the thing about business is that as long as you go in business, sometimes your psychology around your business starts to change, and the psychology around money starts to change. The question should never be how much is something, ever, in your whole life, let alone in your business. The question should always be, what am I going to get for my money? What is my value in return? Because think about it. If before you even know what you're going to get from marketing, you say, well, how much is it going to cost me to market that post? Or how much is it going to cost me to be able to do the PR, or to be able to learn that thing, or to be able to get advice on my accounts? If your question is always going to be how much, you're gearing your brain around to not let yourself look at any opportunities that you think might be expensive without even knowing the value. She said to me, I want to know how much the marketing might cost me to be able to market my business, before she even knew what the return might be. And the thing is this, sometimes this psychology, this way of thinking happens when you've been in business for a while and maybe you've created some success, and you start to think about not losing things, not losing money versus going out there and creating wealth. Or whether you've come from a poor background. I didn't come from much, I came from backgrounds that didn't have anything. So I had to train myself really early on to stop saying how much is something and start wondering, what value will I get for something? Because listen, take the example from this lady. Marketing is not expensive. It is not expensive if you're getting an ROI. if you're getting a return on your investment, it's not expensive, right? But she was saying to me, oh, Aaron, how much is my marketing going to cost? I'm like, I don't know, number one. And number two, why is that the question? The question is, what is my return? It's like saying, well, I'm not going to hire a team member because they're too expensive. But what's your return? If you go hire a salesperson, you go pay them 50 grand a year, 60 grand a year, whatever it may be, plus commission. Well, what you're going to spend maybe is a couple of grand a month. But what's the question? What is my return? If they can go on the phone for you all day trying to make sales and actually make sales and get a return, then it's not about how much is that team member. It's about how quick can I get a return. It's not about how much is that piece of marketing. It's how quick can I get a return. Nothing is expensive when you're getting an ROI on what that is, a return on your investment, right? If you get a massage and that massage is going to relieve more of your tension or get rid of your knots or make you feel more free than what you were before and get rid of the pain, well then, if it's going to cost you $50 more, who gives a shit? Because the value it's going to give to you is going to enable you to feel better, go out there and create more revenue in your business. Stop asking how much something is and start asking what value you're going to get for something. Because what you're doing is you're letting your brain know, oh, I'm not worth that. If I ask it's too much, I'm not worth it. I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm saying stop asking the question and start asking the question, what am I going to get? What's my ROI? Listen to me. It's the same with investments. It's the same with investment. It's the same with deal making. It's the same with partnerships. Don't like, oh, how much am I going to have to give away of my company? Someone said to me the other day, Aaron, I really want to get an investor, but I don't want to give away any of my company. I'm like, listen, would you give it away if it was Janine Ellis? Oh, you might, right? Would you give it away if it was me? 100%, he said. Well, then it's not about you don't want to give it away. It's who you're giving it away to. Right? Who are you giving it away to? What are you getting as an ROI? Stop saying to yourself, this is out of my ballpark. This is not too expensive for me. And start saying to yourself, ask yourself the question, what am I going to get? What is my ROI? What am I going to get on my marketing, on my team members, on my personal training session, on eating healthy food, on getting juices versus not, on drinking the right kind of water, on buying vitamins, on whatever? What is your return on your investment? The ROI. This is what we're trying to find out, because as a business owner, sometimes people start with this mentality and never change. Sometimes they start with this mentality and then it changes once they start to get more team members and they get busier and they start to have more things going. They start to go, oh, hang on a second. Now I'm worried about how much things are going to cost me, right? I'm never worried about expense. I'm more worried about my ROI. If I'm spending money on something that's giving me a zero return, yeah, of course I'm going to say, hang on a second, that makes a concern to me. But if I'm trying to find out what can grow my business, whether it be a supplier or a team member or a partner or a whatever, or a coach or an advisor, right? It's not about that. For me, if I'm meeting an advisor that's going to say to me, okay, here's how we structure your business so you save tax. Well, if they want to charge me 15, 20 grand to give me the advice and structure me properly, well, if they say to me, okay, but that's going to save you maybe an hour, maybe $1 million or 100,000, or maybe even over $5,000 a year, but then it's going to take you a couple of years to make that money back, then guess what? I'm looking at my ROI. I'm looking at my return on my investment. Because here's what I worked out about people. A lot of the time, it's not about what money you have. It's about your ability to go out there and be resourceful, right, versus your resources. Because I always give the medical example, right? If you needed to go out there and get money because you had to take care of a person who really needed it in your family and had to have an operation or something, you would find it. You would find the money. So it's not about how much something is. It's about what your ROI is going to be. In that instance, your ROI is going to be looking after and saving the life of a family member. Well, that's important to you. Well, so is growing your business and being successful. So don't ask yourself, well, how much is that going to be and is it too expensive? Start saying to yourself, what's my return going to be? If I go get the better personal trainer, if I go buy the better groceries and get the more organic, or if I go and get the person to teach me meditation versus trying to YouTube my way to it, if I go get the advice from the tax accountant, if I go whatever it may be in your life or marketing, don't ask how much something is, because I know you'll find a way. Ask what your return is going to be. Stop being afraid to spend money, right? Be afraid to miss out on return on your investment. And I tell you this, the psychology I see right across people in business and outside of business is this: they're so afraid, right? They're afraid of spending money. Only be afraid of expenses that don't give you an ROI. Get allergic to expenses that don't give you an ROI. But if you're getting an ROI, if you know you can get an ROI, then the first question should be from you. If someone says, hey, billboard advertising, what do you think? It shouldn't be, how much is a billboard? It should be, tell me about what I'd get for it. Okay, well, what you would get for it is you would get exposure to 25,000 cars a day. Okay, we would also do this for you. Okay, we'll also say, okay, can you show me a similar business that you've done it for, that invested whatever it is, and what do they get from it? Well, yep, here's a similar business, and their inquiries went up by 6,000%. And you got to go, okay, could that potentially work? Then you can decide. Now, by the way, how much is it? 20,000. Okay. So that's what you're going to get me. You're saying it's going to be 20,000. Now I can decide. Versus what you do this way. Hey, want to do some billboards? Sure. How much is it? It's 20,000. You go, no, I can't do that. Then you say, well, what am I going to get? And then you're listening to the person like this. You're not even paying attention because you've already taken yourself out of the deal. You've already taken yourself out of the deal. Right? If I said to you, hey, I want you to give over to somebody 70% of your company. If you say, no fucking way. If I say, oh, I didn't finish, I meant Richard Branson. Right? You got to let it finish. You got to let your brain allow yourself to focus on your return. Right? What am I going to get? What am I going to get? Stop. Nothing's expensive if you're getting an ROI. Right? Nothing's expensive. You get an ROI. You got to get a haircut that makes you feel great, and you go out there and you close the deal. Go spend an extra $20 on a fucking haircut if that's what it's going to do to you. If it's not, then don't. I'm not saying waste money. This is the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm saying stop destroying the opportunities that are in front of you because you've got a fucked mindset when it comes to expenses. ROI. That's what you're focusing on. And the return for me on investment is, what do I get today? Right? What do I get today? And listen to me now. What do I get in the future? Listen to me. There's money I have spent on branding and marketing on almost every one of my businesses in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2010. And guess what? I'm reaping the rewards of that today. And what I do today, I'm reaping the rewards in 2022. Because I'm a short-term player and I'm a long-term thinker. Oh, that makes sense. I thought about that yesterday, right? Listen to me. Stay in a mindset of ROI. Stay in a growth mindset, right? What am I going to get? But here's the question you want to ask yourself. What am I going to get now? And what am I going to get in my future? And here's the word, my future bank. My future bank. What am I going to get in my future bank? Right? Am I going to get money today? Cool. But what am I going to get in my future bank? Right? If I do that piece of marketing, if I do that piece of PR, if I hire that person, if I do whatever, stop saying to yourself, right, it's too expensive. It's too expensive. Nothing's too expensive. It's the ROI now and in the future. Right? And back to my marketing example. You know, when this woman, she said to me, oh, Aaron, I've never done marketing before because it's too expensive. I've gone, what? How is it too expensive? What? She goes, oh, I had to spend $1,000 on ads. I'm like, oh, really? And I said, and if those ads worked out, how much money would you make? I said, oh, I don't know. I could grow and double my business. What? What's the return on investment now? And then what's it going to give to your future bank? Listen to me. I'm getting ROI on things in the Aaron Sansoni world that I spent 10 years ago, 15 years ago, last year, last week, and today. Stop fucking around. What's your ROI now and what's your ROI in your future bank? Stop getting allergic to every expense. Only get allergic to costs you can't recoup. And I see this changing with psychology of wealth. So I teach the psychology of wealth when I hang out with my EC because it's so important and it fucks you. It fucked me, I'm telling you. It absolutely fucked me. Want to know why? Because I was the poor kid. Then when I made money, then I started to spend on the wrong things. I didn't ask about ROI. Then I started to not spend on the right things because I didn't think about ROI. Listen to me. Stop acting, right? Like listen, money will come and go. You understand that, right? Any money you make today, you're not going to have. Again, you're going to have to give that back out to the universe. Comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and goes. That's how it works. And then hopefully your pile gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but then some goes, then some comes, then some goes. If you're trying to make 100 grand, right, and then you want to go to 200, but you're not prepared to go down to 80 or 50 and then go back to 100, you've missed a fucking secret of life. You go from nothing, below nothing, to maybe 10, then you go down to 5, then you go up to 15, then you go down to 10, maybe you go down to 5 again, maybe you go down below again, then you go up again. It's like this. But eventually, this should keep growing. Eventually. But you're gonna have to invest in the things that give you a fucking ROI. Stop asking about how much something is and start asking about your return on your investment. Be smarter. Be smarter. Be wiser. Right? And don't allow yourself to fall into the trap. Oh, it's expensive. Oh, it's expensive. It's expensive. Dumb shit's expensive. Dumb shit's expensive. Right? I understand. Dumb shit is expensive. Yes, I get it. But things that are going to give you ROI all day. All day. Things that give you an ROI, you should be shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money. ROI. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense? Stop fucking around. What's my ROI? What am I going to get? Stop getting afraid. Money comes, money goes. I've made over $1 million before in a transaction. I've made millions of dollars before in a single day. And guess what? Want to know something? I've also lost that same amount of money in a single fucking day. Now, does that mean the next day I crawl up in a ball and I go, oh my gosh? No, it means, you know what I will learn? I learn I can make it, and I learn I can lose it. Let's get back to it. Let's do that thing, right? ROI. ROI. Does that make sense, everybody? ROI. What is my return? Find out what you're going to get, how it's going to help you, whatever it's going to do for you, whatever it is in every part of your life. Then find out how much it is, and then make your decision. I'm not saying buy everything. By all means, I don't buy everything. But ask my ROI. What's my return on investment going to be? What does it look like, right? Because you're going to need that to grow your business. You can't go from nothing to 5 grand, then to 10, then to 100, then to 50 million, then to, mate, I don't care what people I'm worth. I might be worth this today, then I'm worth that tomorrow, then I'm worth that the next day, then I'm worth this the next day, then I'm worth that, then I'm worth this, right? It changes. It changes all of the time, right? All of the time, whatever it may be, up, down, all around. You know, some people have doubled their net worth in the last 12 months. Cool. That might go down by 25%, 50% in the next 12 months. Who knows? But if you're only going to get involved in the stock when it's making money, then it's not going to work for you. You got to think about that. That's life. ROI. Don't get allergic to expenses. Get allergic to costs. Costs are things you get no ROI for. Expenses are things that hopefully that you're going to get an ROI for. That is the most important thing. Does that make sense, everybody? Does that make sense, everybody? We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it happen, right? Any other quick questions you got? Any feedback? Go for it. But listen, today was about this. Stop getting allergic to costs. Stop getting allergic to expenses. Get allergic to costs, right? But everything else is ROI. And there's 2 types of ROI. Right now, I'm making money right now. And my future, what's it called? My future bank. My future bank, right? You want more energy? Can I tell you something? If you're really overweight, if you're really unhealthy, if you eat some fucking kale today, you're not going to feel amazing today. But if you eat it today, you exercise today, you look after yourself today, and you keep doing that, you might be, in a couple of months, start to feel really fucking good. That's your future bank of eating your kale, getting your PT today. Start thinking about your investments is what do I get today and what do I get in my future bank? I promise you if you do that, if money goes up, money goes down, you're not going to sweat it. Hope that makes sense to you. Love that, right? A couple of questions, go. Let me know. Go. What questions we got? Love that feedback, guys. Love that. Yes, love that. Absolutely. Love that. Invest. Absolutely. Investment. Critical. Now, and I've got a Jim Rohn tape that turned into a CD, that turned into an MP3, that turned into something else to make sure it plays on a phone. And I bought that shit like 25 years ago or something like that, right? And let me tell you something. I'm still getting an ROI on that. That'll probably cost me like $8. ROI on the cassette. Remember the cassette? Or when I was poor, you know how you have to you try and record the radio, and you'll get something on the radio, and you'll have to press I'm trying to remember the buttons. Remember the record and play button at the same time, and you'll try and record the radio and try and miss the fucking songs. The radio announcers. I used to do that same shit too. Love it. ROI. Yeah, man. What are you going to get now in your future bank? Right? You're worth more. You're worth more than this, what do I spend today? Fuck, you're worth more than that. Right? You're worth more than that. Think about today and think about your future bank. Think about today, think about your future bank. Some of the investments I make today are not going to make me any money today. It's my future bank. Future bank. Future bank. Future bank. And if I keep doing it, then I'm going to get ROI today from my last year's future bank while I'm investing for my next year's future bank. Come on. Think about this. Start investing. Make sense? All right, guys. Kick some butt. I've got some VC meetings to do, and I've got some people to help. Much love to you. Remember, ROI, whatever it may be. ROI, 2 ways, now and future bank. Don't fuck up your business and your life because you start to become short-sighted, and you start to not give yourself the permission. Make sense? All right, much love. Kick some butt. See you all tomorrow. Bye.